Welcome back to Mentorship and Training with Abidin Adeniyi, the modern CFO, on our Data and Analysis series. This is the part 2 of our how to prepare profit and loss statement using basic Excel pivot table. Today we'll be looking at the assignment we give to us on how to solve the profit and loss statement. Likewise, we'll prepare for some explanation to some of the calculated items like gross profit, operating profit, and so on. So the data set we've shared to us before has to do with about the large data set. It's about more than 9,000 data set for profit and loss statement, accounts, and balance sheet. But today we are going to do that of only profit and loss statement, then followed by the balance sheet on how to use pivot table, basic pivot table to prepare the two accounts. As we can see, we have our date, we have description, amounts, main type, account type. So it depends on how your organization structure your chart of accounts. It could be reporting line, it could be subheader, second subheader, third subheader, and the likes. It all depends. So what we're after is just for you to get the concept and know how to use Excel pivot table to prepare your financial statement. Firstly, what we're going to do is to make sure you turn this table range to data table, which we have done before. So we have done before that. From home, just go to your format as table and pick any one of these. Pick any one of these. As you can see, pick any one of these. So you can pick any one of this table as your data table. So we've decided to pick this now. Then we'll go to table design and give a name to your data set. This one has been named data set. So if you click outside your data set, you can see the table name will not be shown. But once you click in between it, so you are going to see the table name easily. So that anytime you are adding a data or any figure to your table, it will automatically be showing. Like now, if I want to add department to this column, I will just come here and write department to it and click. So immediately it's going to be applied to it. So but we are not doing that today. Maybe by the third time we will still look at that by the part 3 or part 4. By the time we are using pivot table to prepare summaries for our regions, maybe we're going to do that. So after that, the next step is to go straight to your inserts. From inserts, go to pivot table. For pivot table, click on from the table range, then click OK. So this is your pivot table area. We can give a space, a little space for data. Yeah, let's give space. Come back here. Let's increase our font so that we can see clearly. So if you look at the data set that we are using, date, description, amount, this is the amount. This one is using to filter your profit and loss statement and balance sheet. This is the main type. We're going to focus more on main type, account type, and account type 2 because they evolve around what we need. So let us name this as P and L. Daniel. So let's come back here. Then our amount will be dragged to the value. Return to the value. Then the main type will come to rows because we want our profit and loss statement to show by rows. Then let's bring in our kind type 2 so you can see. So it's giving us the result that we need. Next, let's format this amount. You can format this amount in two ways. Firstly, right click, go to number formatting, then click your number, then let's put a comma and make this to be 0. So you can see all the figures is being formatted. The second method is to come to your value, sum of amount, click here, come to value feed, click number formatting and go to your number and do the same. So the two will give you the same results. Now let's filter because uh this uh this rows or column, these rows contain both balance sheet and profit and loss statement items. So we use this statement type to filter. We take it to the filter. Then let's click on multiple items. Then we can sort profit and loss statement because what we're after here is profit and loss statement. That is what we are after. So as a result of that, then we'll filter it. Let's make some arrangement. Let's make some arrangement. Maybe later in some of our other episodes, we're going to teach us how to use custom way to arrange our profit and loss statement. So our revenue will be up, followed by cost of goods sold, then followed by the selling and general expenses, selling general expenses and administrative expenses, SG&E expense, yes, followed by non-operating expense. I think this is fine, yeah. Okay, if you want to drip down to get, we can leave it this way, but if you want to drip down to actually know the total, okay, if the dividend income is also maybe under your dividend income, you also have some other items underneath. You can bring in this account type 2. Can bring in this account type 2. But if there is none, it may not be necessary. So it depends. But here I use the 3. In case you have some other items that are under this dividend income and you want it to show your profit and loss statement. So from here, let's go to pivot table analyze. Yeah, let's go to design. Design. From design, let's click. Let's give a blank row. Send a blank after each item. You can see to make it look better. Okay, report layout. Our report layout is okay. Let's go to grand total. Let's remove the grand total. So if we remove the grand total now, you can see that all our subtotal they are up. We want them to be at the bottom. Then we go to subtotal, show all subtotal at the bottom. So all our subtotal are now at the bottom. You can see that we are closing to this format. We are getting closer to this format now. So the next is okay. Let's close this. Okay, close this. Yeah, okay. So now our total SG&A expense is this. Our non-operating, okay, dividend, yes, this. Okay, our non-operating profits as well is getting to shape. our interest taxation. Okay, so now the next step is to calculate our gross profit, um, our operating profit, our EBITDA, and so on and so forth. To do that, what we will do is you click here and ensure that what you want to calculate is within the feed. Like now, we want to calculate our gross profit. So our gross profit is revenue minus cost of goods sold. The way it is, you can see here, gross profit equals to revenue minus cost of goods sold. And what this does is it measures how efficiently your company produces and as well how they sell their goods. So if you are having a gross loss, definitely you will know that your costs of production, your cost of producing, or your cost of raw materials that you use to produce your product is very high than your revenue. Then you have to look at it. So your gross profit measures how efficiently you are producing and at the same time you are selling. So let's calculate the gross profit now. So we want to calculate the gross profit. You go to pivot table analyze, you can then go to the field. So then you say calculated field and calculated item. So what we need is calculated item. So under the main type, you can see under this main type, these are full costs. We have our revenue there, we have our cost of goods sold there. So firstly, we have to give this formula the name, which is what? Gross profit. Gross profit. Then come here, move the zero, then revenue, inside item. So use plus because your cost of goods is already in negative. That is why we are using plus. So if your cost of goods sold, if all your amount here is in positive, then you're going to use revenue minus cost of goods sold. Then you click hard, then you click OK. So now we already have our gross profit. As you can see, is our gross profit. You can then take the gross profit up. So let's take it up. Yeah. So this is our gross profit now. Now we'll calculate our operating profit, EBITDA, and the likes. So what is operating profit? Operating profit is gross profit minus operating expenses. And your operating expenses are the day-to-day expenses, OPEX, like your selling, your your selling expenses, your general expenses, administrative expenses. All these are your operating expenses. So it measures how efficiently a business run day-to-day businesses. That is what it is showing, how you run your daily businesses. Because without you having an office, there's no way you can run your businesses. So your rent, your shop rent, your cleaning expenses, they are all your operating expenses. And that is why in calculating your operating profit, so your operating profit is what? Is your sales. So these are our operating expenses. So our operating expenses is AG&A. So what we are going to do now is gross profit minus this total is what we are going to do. So let's come here again, click your uh, calculated item, operating profit. So our operating profit is so okay, operating profit is here. So your gross profit insert, then plus your SG&A because that is your operating expenses. Insert, then add. can only refer to items in the same feed. Yeah, SDNA, main type, yeah. Let's check what is happening. Our main type, okay, this is problem. Okay, item. Because we were still referring to gross profit, and that is why it truncated the operation. So our operating profit equals to, so we find it difficult to pick this plus SDNE expense. So that's all. So we've calculated our operating profit now. This is our operating profit. So the operating profit will be taken to after year. Yeah, taken to year. So now we'll calculate our EBITDA. Our EBITDA will be operating profit minus non-operating profit. Then we are going to calculate our PBT, profit before interest and tax, by subtracting our EBITDA from depreciation and amortization expenses. Then we are going to calculate our net profit by removing interest. So we'll calculate the three together. Then later we'll come and do our explanation to make the job more easier for us. So our operating profit, let's come here with this item. So operating profit, our EBITDA. So EBITDA, then that will be operating profit plus non-operating expense. So that is that. Then after that, what we need is profit before interest and tax. PBIT. Profit before interest and tax. So profit before interest and tax is EBITDA plus non-operating profit. Yes, EBITDA minus depreciation and amortization. Because we've used non-operating expense to arrive at our EBITDA. Depreciation and amortization. Yeah. So the last one is net profit. And our net profit is profit before interest and tax. Plus the interest and tax. So all of them have been calculated now. So now we need to pick them one after the other and arrange. This is our EBITDA. So our EBITDA is coming down to here. Yes. Then our EBIT, profit for interest and tax. Yeah. So profit before interest and tax are coming before interest and tax. Then these are our net profit. So everything is okay now. So let's quickly look at what is our EBITDA. EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So is profit before interest, tax, and amortization. So earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. Why the EBITDA assess a company's operating performance by removing your non-operating expenses, just like we did. That's what we did. EBITDA equals to operating profit minus non-operating expenses. So the higher your EBITDA, the stronger your operational profitability. So it really shows that okay, your company is performing very high. And your PBIT stands for profit before interest and tax. So it represents a company's profitability before accounting for interest expenses. Maybe you've taken loan from bank, then you need to pay interest on that loan and income taxes. So you need to pay tax. So profit before tax. So you really want to know how much is your profit before you pay your interest expenses, before you pay your um, income taxes. So and depreciation and amortization are included in the operating expenses, unlike in EBITDA. So that is why EBITDA, the profit before interest tax equals to EBITDA minus depreciation and amortization. So last but not least is net profit or your net income. So usually the last line item on the company income statement. So it represents the amount of money you have earned after taking into consideration all your costs and expenses, such as operating costs, interest expenses, and taxes. So in this calculation, that's why we were able to say net profit equals to PBIT minus interest and taxes. So it's very crucial to track business sustainability and growth. Because if you don't know your net profits, then how would you want to know how well you are performing? So it reflects the company's true profitability, and this is very, very important. And this is the more reason that this our mentoring training and program is not only for financial professional who are just coming up, but it also can be used by business owner. So this is our calculation. Let's now quickly do the formatting. In formatting this to look at least like this. So what let's go to design. Go to design. This can choose anyone. Okay, let's go to design. Choose this and duplicate it. Once you duplicate it, all the elements with dark should be cleared. All the elements with dark should be cleared. Clear all of them. Clear this. Clear this. Clear this. We've done that in the first episode. Cleared it, but for those that are not yet understand, so we can. So when you clear this, give it a name. Relate to data set. Data set. Okay. So let's now apply. This is it. Okay, we've applied it. So we can now start formatting how you want it to be. So from our guide here, I have some guide that I've done. So all our subtotals except net profit should be put on top and bottom border. So if you want to put top and bottom border on your subtotal, except this. Okay. Okay. All our subtotals. Let's see. Okay, these are subtotal. Yeah. Well, okay. These are subtotal. Sub subtotal. Okay. And be that. So subtotal. Sorry about that. That's subtotal. Operating expense. So subtotal. Okay. This is also a subtotal. Yeah. Except net profit. So we can come here and top and bottom border. Top and bottom border. This is it. Or we click or we use Alt HHBD. Alt HHBD for a shortcut. Want to do a shortcut? Alt HHBD. HHBD. Yeah. HHBD. HHBD. So, Alt HBD. Yeah, Alt HBD. So, Alt H. Mm, yeah. So, then after that, what's the next one? So, we can come in, click double. Can as well remove this. Alright, profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement for the year ended. For the year ended 31st December 2023. Yeah. So this amount can also just put a space, two brackets, go to insert, to symbol, and click on Naira. Insert, close the bracket. Yes. So and you can format it. This can also be formatted. To be formatted. Depends on color. And put this to be white. Okay. Statement. Okay. It's fine. So at least we are getting there. So this as well, this as well, this as well can be this. Now we can so format it a little bit like this, yeah. And this net profit can be in yellow. Great. And make it bigger. Great. So this is on how to solve the question. We've done it before, but we can. So these are profit and loss statement accounts. So all things being equal, we are going to use the same data to prepare our balance sheet. in the part 3. Thank you. See you next time.